Once we got married 3 years ago, we had to buy a house, and we bought it early enough so we could remodel it. It needed remodeling. The most important part of the house was not just some of the character of the house, but that it was one level. We are not too far from retirement, and we won't be buying another house, and so that was very important to us to have a house on one level. So that and so our house is almost all one level except for one room that's above the garage. And so the decision was to buy this one because it was close to our job and it met that criteria. I work out at a gym here and discovered and met someone who was an interior designer, and I thought that meant furniture. It turned out that she was a designer of spaces, and so I started talking to her, told her about this house, and then I discovered that she knew the house and had been in the house. And so we talked about what needed to be done. And most of what needed to be done is that the most expensive part of the house needed to be remodeled, the bathrooms and the kitchen, and there were 3 bathrooms. And other than that, it needed lots of paint and lots of color. And one of the most important spaces was the kitchen. I like to cook, and the kitchen was a nice space. It wasn't too big and it wasn't too small. However, in the original design, it was really boring. The cabinets were boring, and there was this sort of lonely island in the center. So your company worked very hard to make a design that fit what I tried to describe. And we went together and looked at granite and cabinets. And so you designed an island, took out the extra table that was in there, and designed an island where you could sit on one side and watch TV, and I could have people in the kitchen because I was born in the South, and even though I grew up in the North, the kitchen was always the center of the home. One of the things I love about the kitchen is I have a mixer under the cabinet that I can pull out, and then it comes up, and I never have to pick it up. I just mix what I want to mix, and I have the counter, and I can put all of my ingredients on the counter. And so that's one of the things I love about the kitchen. I also have this wonderful sink that's almost like a country sink. It's not stainless steel. That's what I didn't want. I wanted a sink that had color in it and matched everything. And then I can turn around, and there's the stove, and over the stove is a pot filler. And you found the pot filler for me, and I can just pull it out and fill my pots without having to walk around a lot. The shower went into one corner, and the water closet went to the other side, and we ended up with a tub in the middle of the room. And that was the most interesting thing, because we had to look everywhere for a tub that I could fit in and get out of, given my age. And you found one in Canada and had to have it shipped here. And then we had to have it painted. And then we have vanities on each side for him and for me. And then you designed a closet that is beautiful, because you look at it and you don't see a closet, you see an art piece. And you walk in there and the lights come on, and we have space on each side, although my space is bigger. I love color, and I had a lot of furniture that I don't have now because it evolved, but I was also looking for things, and I wanted a palette that was neutral but not bland. And so you gave me, I told you what colors I love. I love purples and I love red. So you gave me a palette in which those splashes of color appear in the house on the walls. The general color is a really nice grayish taupe. But in the dining room, there's this lovely soft lichen. It's called lichen. It's a kind of grayish green on top, but on the bottom is this gorgeous aubergine color. And the same thing in my office. Hector didn't think this would work, but I have blackberry on one wall, and then the rest of it is a soft gray. And so it's not, the house has all these colors that when you walk in, you don't notice at first until you see the blackberry and the aubergine, and you realize that these rooms sort of flow into each other. It worked out beautifully.
In terms of the process by which we ended up buying this house, I obviously was living in LA. I'd been there for over 40 years, and I was a faculty at UCLA, and I had a home there. And when Tiffany and I got together, we decided that what we would do would be for me to sell that house so that we could buy this one. one of the things that made this process of getting this house together was the fact that you were involved, because I had never had an opportunity to work with someone else who had a vision for the house and had a sense of what would work and what have you. So I spent a lot of time basically listening to the conversation about the house. There are certain things about this house that I like right off the bat. There are other things I did not like. But I ended up loving the entire finished design, especially because the difference between what was there before and what was actually done with that space. I thought it was extraordinary that in the same physical space, by just moving some things around, you get a very different room, different ambiance. I love that bathroom now. I don't think I could have lived in the house with that old bathroom that was there. Well, one of the things that began to happen is once this house began to take shape, we were both thinking in terms of what kind of changes we were going to both have to make in order to bring two households together. She had a lot of books. I had a lot of stuff, but I wasn't really all that interested in bringing all of that stuff to Nashville from Los Angeles. So we were able to figure out what our priorities were going to be, and from the beginning, it was clear that this was going to be our house. So figuring out, given that, how do you make the kinds of decisions that would be comfortable for both of us? And you were very helpful in terms of facilitating that conversation, listening to both of us and coming up with possible solutions, different ways of doing things. I didn't imagine ending up with a house that looked like this. This was quite an achievement. I think the two of you, the way you guys worked together, I think made a real difference, both in terms of what we ended up with, but just making the process feel manageable. I like the accessibility. Everything here is very easy to get to. There are no obstacles that we have to be concerned about. And it really feels like our home, if you will. I think we've done a great job collectively of pulling a house together that reflects our common interests as well as our differences, if you will. Yeah.
Welcome to Tiffany's Kitchen. This was designed for Tiffany and Hector, but this is truly Tiffany's space, and I'd like her to tell you about it and a few things that we did specifically designed for helping her now and as she ages.
One thing we have that I love is this spice rack. Instead of having things all over the counter, I have them all neatly put away here. I also have this great Lazy Susan that I can just open, and I have all of my containers of dry goods in one place, and I have the extra serving dishes on the bottom with some Lazy Susan in this corner as well. You just open it up and there it is. And up here is a place which I'm still filling up with plates. And so and there's room to put more storage up there for serving dishes. These drawers are great as well because I have a lot of dividers for knives and cooking utensils and measuring cups and everything, so each drawer gets deeper. I have this wonderful mixer arrangement where it comes all the way up. See? And I can have everything here and I don't have to move it and everything, and then it goes back in very easily. I love that. And when I'm cooking here, Hector often helps, and he's on that side of the table, and I have him chopping usually over there. But I have this space really laid out nice and neatly here. And then I have all of this up here, so that all of the platters and soup containers and copper and that I collected over the years, and some of it was gifts, like up there. it's storage, and there's lights like up there that can show it when I turn it. And so when I'm having guests over, oftentimes we're all in the kitchen. It's my dream kitchen. This is great because right now I'm tall and these are easy to pull out, and as I get older, I don't need a lot of strength to pull them out. Just pull it from here and then they go back that easily like that. And the same thing here. These are traditional shelves, but I was able to organize them so I know what's on each shelf. And then over here, we have, down here, you have space for cookie sheets and other kinds of cooking items that we use on a regular basis. And on that side, I have all my canned goods on that whole wall, and you don't even notice it. And then here, I'm able to put in my extra storage containers when I need them and to put away food. And I have my salad bowls, and there's still room left there. And there's, I can't reach it, but there's, open these doors, they don't look like it, but they have an opening there for specialty pieces that'll just stay hidden away, and I get it only when I need it.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose the appliances you did?
Yes, I wanted a unit here, and this is the best place to put it. You don't have to walk far, and I chose one brand, and I knew I would only need one oven, and I wanted it at this height. I didn't want it too high up where I had to raise my arms, and I didn't want it too far down where I would have to bend too far. So here it's very easy to just put things in, and then I have a warming drawer down here, and I just can pull it out. It's very easy to pull out, and I don't even have to use it very often. Lovely microwave. It works really well. And so I wanted all of this in one unit, and it just works. It feels easy to me.
We're here again with Tiffany and Hector in their master bath, and I want them to tell you about the things that they love, but I want to give you a little sense of where you are. These doors lead into their master bedroom, so they can completely close it off, or they can have it open and be talking to each other in different parts of the house. Here we have a private toilet room, and I'd like Hector to tell you a little bit about his shower, and then Tiffany can tell you about this tub we sat in all over town.
Right. Well, like you just said, this is one of our favorite spots. There's several things about this that I really love. First of all, the fact that it's in the corner. I like that. I love the fact that we have this glass. And the other features that are nice is the fact that you have a standard shower head over here, but there's also the feature of having a handheld shower with a seat that's already built in. So as we get older, if there are any infirmities or what have you, we're in a position of either using this shower head or using that one. And the entry is nice and smooth, so it's easy access entry and exit. And it's low, so that there's less risk of injury, if you will. All of those features together. Of course, I love what was done with the stone. I think it's an incredibly art piece, if you will.
And I love my tub. We sat in tubs all over town to make sure that they were long enough because I'm tall. I will use this tub until I can't. And then when I can't, I'll use the shower. Okay, these are built-ins, and this is an art shelf here. And these built-ins, this is like the medicine cabinet that one used to have over the sink. And so all of our medical stuff, and since we are already aging, those are essentials for us. And in this cabinet right here are some more storage space, shelves for my scarves and shawls and so on. This is the closet on my side. I have shelves above. I have 3 places to hang things. And then I have all of this, which is almost like a dresser, because I can fold my t-shirts and put my purses in and everything. And what's really nice about this closet is that one of the things you know when you get older, you have a lot of stuff. And you need to start getting rid of it before it's too late. And so this closet forces me not to keep clothes I'm not wearing. And then when I retire, I'll need less clothes because my activities will dictate what I need.
Like Tiffany mentioned, there's actually another side of the closet. It's not as big as hers, of course, and but it's again laid out pretty much the same way, where we have places to hang things, and I have more than sufficient space for my personal needs. We also have additional storage space in here where she has her shoes, and I have a lot of my sort of athletic gear down at the bottom, and my shoes are in the closet on that side. We also have some storage space above on both sides. So one of the things that was done to create this space was in fact to take other space, some of the space from the previous bathroom, and create this more contemporary but much more efficient sort of storage space for our clothes. It works extremely well.